Hi, hello everyone. I am Suresh Reddynusi. Welcome back to Data Vidhyalaya. So, in the previous video, we have seen about the math statement, which is allow us to switch statement compared to the other programming language in Python. Like it was newly introduced from Python 3.10 plus version onwards. So in before video we have seen about the if else control statement. Okay, how what is nested if, how else if is used, and all we have seen in that previous video. So in this video we will be majorly focusing on the two looping statements. Okay, one is a while loop and another one is for loop. So in this video majorly we will focus on the while loop. Okay, so how it works, how why we need to use looping statements and all, how we can control that. Controlling means like how we can break that or continue that by bypassing few of the statements and all. So those scenarios we will see in this while loop, and how it is used with the combination of else, default else combination and all. So that we will be seeing in this particular video. So before entering into that particular practical examples and all, please subscribe to the channel Data Vidhyalaya, and click on the like button if you like the video, and then comment if you have any queries or the questions or feedback you wanted to provide it to me, so that you can use that in the comments, and share if you anyone wants to learn Python and all, you can share that the channel as well as the video. Okay, yeah, let's get into the today's agenda. As I said that today's agenda is while loop. So today's majorly focusing on the while loop. Okay, and we'll see how it works. Practical examples and all. We will see how it works. Okay. Yeah. Now getting into the practical explanation. So Python while loop. So far we have seen in the control statement, like if else what we have done. So if that particular condition, like whatever the condition, using an operator, so we can write now one condition. So based on the condition is true, then that particular block of statements will be executed. Okay, and else is like if that fails now, then obviously else will be executed. If you want to use multiple conditions and all, we use else if at all. What if we wanted to run the block of code with the in a looping way? Okay, means like if the condition is met, then again we execute again. If the new condition is met, again the same loop has to be run. So whenever we wanted to execute a code, as long as the given condition is true in a looping manner, okay, means like in a repeated manner, then that particular concept of looping comes. Okay, in that we have two primitive loops. Okay, one is while loop and one is for loop. Both follows the same intention only. Okay, it will run it until the condition is met and the loop ends. Okay, till the looping condition met, it will be executed, and what is there within that set of combination, no, code and all, no, that will be executed until the loop become false. Okay, we'll see one example so that you will have a clear idea on how it works. So the basic while loop I have drafted. Okay, so for example, I is equal to 1. I is a integer variable, 1 is a value. So while is the keyword we need to use. Okay, while is the keyword for the while loop. Okay, and then I less than or equal to 5, this is the condition, less than or equal to assignment condition. Okay, then is to is the that syntax you need to follow after every condition, that which we have seen, no? If else, match, case, scenario, everywhere we have seen that is to. And then what is that? This is the set of code under that particular condition is made. So let us see how it goes in a loop and all. Okay, so for example, I is equal to 1. Okay, so first we have one value. So now it enters into this while. Okay, as it is a sequential way, it enters into the while. Okay, 1 less than or equal to 5, condition is true. Then what if the condition is true now? Then it will execute this set of code. Okay, then what happens? Print I. What is I value? 1. That's why it printed 1. Okay, then what happens? Again, I plus is equal to 1. What is I plus is equal to 1 in the sense like I is equal to I plus 1. Okay, what is I? 1. 1 plus 1, how much? 2. So the new I value is 2. Okay, now what it will do? Again it will go to a loop. Okay, so again it enters into the loop. 2 less than or equal to 5, condition is true. Again it will go to, it will print the 2 value. Then again it will repeat the same condition. I is equal to I plus 1. What is I? 2. 2 plus 1 what? 3. Again 3 less than or equal to 5, then it will print 3, and then it I will be assigned with 4 value. Again 4 less than or equal to 5, then it will print 4, then I value becomes 5. 5 less than or equal to 5, then condition is met. Again it will print 5. Now after I is equal to I plus 1, what is I? 5. 5 plus 1 what? 6. 6 less than equal to 5, obviously it will break. Okay, that's how till the condition is met, no, it keeps on looping. Okay, have, can I explain much better? Yeah, sure. So now if we wanted to execute a set of statements or set of conditions, okay, within a loop, means like you wanted to keep on looping it until the condition fails, then we need to use either while loop or for loop. Okay, out of that while loop we will be adding, in order to make that as a loop we need to have increase the value of that. Okay, means like we need to increment that. Okay, increment by 1 plus 1. Okay, that's how it keeps on looping until that condition fails, no, it will come out of that loop. Okay, so this is a very simple example. Okay, so we can and if the condition is met failed, what it will do? Okay, so we will write, we will execute till the condition is met. Okay, and if that fails, no, we can use the else block. Okay, so there is a combination of else we can use. If the condition is done, no, then obviously we can use else as loop failed. Okay, or else like count has been done. Okay, or I value got ended. So like that you can end it with the else condition. Means like if all the looping fails, no, then obviously we can use else format. Okay, so that then that this else is optional, we can use or not. So an optional else block can be used with the while loop. The else block is executed once the condition becomes false. Okay, so we'll see this how it works. Count is equal to 0. So 0 less than 3, obviously this is true, no? So it will count is 0. Then count is equal to 0 plus 1 what? 1. 1 less than 3, correct. Then print count is 1. Then count is equal to 1 plus 1, what? 2. 2 less than 3, yes. Condition is true. Then print count is equal to 2. Then count is equal to 2 plus 1, 3. 3 less than 3, false. Then it obviously comes to else and repeats the loop. I mean, like it will execute the which whatever the code is in within that block of else, no, then it will be executed. So here print loop finished. So that's how it executed. Okay, so this is the same way. Like we can use here also, like while else print I value ended. Yeah, see, till 5 it will go that and it ends that. Okay. For example, if we make it as a 6, okay, a 6 or like 2, okay. So only two statement, 1, 2 it will be, and the remaining it will go to else condition. And so this is a optional, like we can use or not. But if we wanted to use and all, that's depending on that. Okay. So if it's optional, like it will not throw any error if you are not using this else statement. Okay. So it's an optional block, you can use that. Okay. And what if you wanted to break that? Means like if you wanted to break that loop and in order to save the time and memory. Okay. If you wanted to, if the condition is met and if you wanted to break that on that particular condition, then again we obviously if you wanted to break, no, we need to control that. So if you are having this control, no, then obviously we'll go into the if or else conditions. Okay, if else if conditions. Okay, so we'll see that how the break is used. Okay, for example, j is equal to 1 while j less than 10, obviously 0 is less than 10, and print j. What is j? 0. and then what happens if j is equal to 5, break, or else so j is 0, no, 0 is equal to 5, it's a false, so it will not go inside this loop. Okay, then it will comes to j is equal to j plus 1. What is 1? Again 1 less than 10, yes, true. Again print 1, it will go, and if j 1 is equal to false, then it will not go that into inside that block. Okay, then 1 plus 1 2, obviously 2 is printed, 2 is equal to not 5. Okay, so until and unless till 5, no, it loops. Okay, 5 is equal to 5, true, then break, means like break is nothing but if you wanted to means like until and unless so if break is not given, no, at least it will go loop to till 9, 9 less than 10, no, so till 9 it will loop. If you wanted to break in the middle, no, so obviously we can use this control statement if, and we can break that. Okay, that's how we can use the break statement. Okay, and then we have another continue also. See, break, if you wanted to save the time and memory, obviously we'll use break. If you wanted to save the, what we call this, if you wanted to say skip the rest of the code and come out of that, no, we can use continue. Okay, continue, and we can continue the loop and all. Okay, so if you wanted to skip few of the scenarios, okay, and proceed to the next iteration, means like if you have the set of code after continue, no, that code will be skipped and continue to the loop. So for this I will we will see the scenario. So the main aim of this is that we need to skip the even numbers. Okay, how it works I will tell you. So k is equal to 0, no, so 0 less than 10, true, then obviously 0 is equal to 0 plus 1. Okay, now what is k value? 1. 1% 2 is equal to 0, no, then what it failed, no, then print k, so that's why 1 has been printed. Okay, then 2, sorry, what is that? 1, 0 plus 1, 1, so 1 less than 10, yes, it is true. Then what is 1 plus 1? 2. 2% 2 is 0. 0 percent is like remainder, percentile is nothing but remainder. Okay, 2 divided by 2 is equal to 0, no, remainder is 0, so that's why it will enter into this loop and continue. So for continue, no, it will not execute this code. Okay, as continue happened here, no, it will go to the again loop. So again it will ask like 2, that's why the print of this 2 has not been as we it is not printed. See, so 2 value is not printed, so directly it goes to the next step. So 2 less than 3 10, correct, 2 plus 1 3, 3% 2 is equal to 0, no, it's not equal to 0, that's why it failed this condition, and then it will print the 3. So that's how continue is nothing but it will skip the whatever that after this and goes to the loop, means like next loop it will give. Okay, it will start. So and that's why it has executed till 9. Okay, so why? Because the 4 divided 4 percentile of 2 is equal to 0, the same way 6, the same way 8, so that's why we are not able to see the 2 4 6 8. Okay, that's why it is skipping. Okay, so that's about the continue, means like if you wanted to do that you can do. So and if you wanted to you means like uh, if you are not giving any conditions and all, if you wanted to loop that to the infinite loop, so this is not mandatory, like means like it is not, it is bad programming, like if you have created like infinite while loops and all. So we just wanted to show that how this infinite loop works and all. Okay, so be careful with the loop condition, ensure eventually becomes false to avoid an infinite loop. This example is commented out to prevent it from running indefinitely. So this is typically like you wanted to ignore that. So as an example that I just wanted to show you that how we can loop it in an infinite way. Okay, for example, if I run this code, so if I run this code, so if you see here, it keeps on running. Okay, it keeps on running, but this is not a good practice as the memory keeps on rising and the code is still running. No, I'm interrupting it. Okay, so it's not a good practice to keep the loop infinite. Okay, it's better to add some control statements within that, or if you can pass it like based on the conditions and all. Okay, So you can use this break or continue and all to if you wanted to break that and all. Okay, that's the one thing. And then yeah, so this is in, see how much in looping it keeps on going. Okay, as I interrupted that interpreter, no, so it keeps on it interrupted. Okay, and it has been I have been commented that now it will not show anything. Okay, so that's about the infinite while loop. Okay, so while loop is nothing but if you wanted to execute the conditions in a looping manner until and unless the loop executes till to the condition is met, we can use while loop. Okay, and if you wanted to once after completing this looping and all, no, if you wanted to use that as an optional else we can use if that condition has been failed and all. So that's one you can use. You can use break if you wanted to break it in the middle until and unless looping to the end of it. That's for time saving and the optimizing the code. And then continue, like if you wanted to skip that code and all, you can use that continue. And infinite loop example, I for your reference I just shown that. Okay, so that's the about the while loop. Like once you start practicing, you'll get a thought on all. Okay, and one thing you need to remember is that as it is incremented, no, you need to keep on incrementing that. Okay, I plus is equal to -1 or j plus whatever the incrementation, no, you need to keep on incrementing and all. So whereas in for loop it keeps on incrementing, here we need to specifically provide a line of code to keep on for an incrementation. Okay, so that's one thing we need to remember in while loop. Whereas in for loop it will keep on increasing incrementally as per the syntax. Okay, so that we will see in the next video. Okay, we'll go through the for loops. Okay, how we can loop it with the different set of iterable objects and all that we have built in data types now. So based on that we can use that list tuple string range and all, how we can incorporate that for loop and all, we'll see in the next video. So that's about the while loop. Okay, and until and unless if you keep on practicing, you'll not get an idea on that. Okay, so till then practice. And if you have any queries, you can comment that. Okay, so keep learning. Thank you very much.